Hi, welcome. Welcome to the Community for Conscious Living weekly live broadcast. We're a community dedicated to personal transformation for universal harmony, healing the planet by making inspired changes in ourselves and our daily lives to create a sustainable environment and a peaceful world. Now, before we begin, I just want to acknowledge that today is 9/11 here in the United States. It's a day that we remember the tragedies that happened, um, what are we, 15 years ago now? So before we begin, let's just take a moment of silence for all of those who have lost their lives or their loved ones in the tragedies of 9/11, and for those who helped with all the rescue and cleanup efforts, for those who have fought in all of the wars that have followed since then. So let's just begin with a moment of silence. And we put our trust in the one, the wisdom, the ultimate. There are many things that we know or that we don't know, many things we know and many things that we don't know, that sometimes it's hard to understand why things happen in this world. And yet, at some level, we have to trust. We have to trust. And we have to do our part to bring peace to the world. And that's why we're here. The Community for Conscious Living is founded on two basic principles, ahimsa and ahad. Now, let me just say first today's topic. Today's topic is the light, love, and beauty that you are. The light, love, and beauty that you are. Not that you want to become or need to become or used to be when you were a child, but that you are right now. The Community for Conscious Living is founded on the two basic principles of ahimsa and ahad. Ahimsa is a Hindu term meaning non-violence, do no harm. It encompasses living your life, every aspect of your life, in a way that honors and respects the sacredness of all of existence. Mahatma Gandhi said, "You must be the change you wish to see in the world." So if we want to see a world of peace and harmony, we must become peace and harmony. We must fully embody peace and harmony. Ahimsa, do no harm, honor and respect the sacredness of all of existence. Ahad is an Arabic term, and it's one of the divine names for God, if you're familiar with those. And if not, we'll probably talk about those a lot as we're going along here, because it's a tradition that I've studied a lot, and it's exquisite, beautiful. But the name Ahad means the one and only one. And it refers to a pre-existent being that expresses itself through every drop of existence. And that includes each and every one of us and everything that we see, that we observe, and we witness in this world. The Sufi poet Rumi said, "You're not a drop in the ocean, you are the ocean in a drop." We are all drops of existence through which the one and only one pre-existent being expresses itself in this material reality. We are the drops in the ocean that contain the entire ocean in each and every one of our drops, each and every one of us and all of existence. When we really get these concepts of ahimsa and ahad, really recognizing and honoring all of existence as an expression of the one and only one, and really get it at the cellular level in our beings, this raises our awareness of how our actions and our thoughts and everything that we do, say, be, exude, um, emanate from our beings impacts others and our environments and ourselves. We can't forget ourselves. I mean, that's huge, right? So it takes a while to really get both of these concepts on that deep cellular level that impacts the subconscious. You've probably heard that most, like, I think it's like 97% of our thoughts and actions and influences actually come from the subconscious. And I believe the subconscious is that that information that's contained throughout all of our beings on the cellular level. It's really contained, information. If you heard last week's thing or read the emails I've been sending out, information is stored in our bodies, in the connective tissues and the organs, all throughout our bodies, not just in our minds and our heads. So when we are really wanting to transform, we want to transform these subconscious layers, the subconscious patterning. So when we really get both of these concepts on the deep cellular subconscious level, it's kind of like it's an ongoing process because there's always something to transform. But meanwhile, we have to commit. We just have to consciously commit to continually increasing our awareness so that we are living according to these principles of ahimsa and ahad as best we can while we're working on clearing those subconscious patterning that we've taken on throughout all of our lifetimes, So today we're going to work with a mantra to help us to reconnect with the knowing of oneness, our oneness with all of existence. This is something that we know in our hearts. We're born with it, right? And it stays there. It's like that is the life force energy in us, contains that knowing, that knowledge, and that really is the truth of who we are, our core of our existence. The core of our existence knows that oneness with all of existence, knows our origin. But by nature and by design, we forget this, and then we think of ourselves as separate. We think of ourselves as separate from God, separate from love, separate from each other, and even separate from ourselves. And I think that's like, one of the biggest things when we are, we think about, oh, I want to get back to my inner truths, right? Well, we really, on some level, we have separated from our true selves in this world and on a conscious and subconscious level. So we want to get back to that unity with ourselves, because that's really necessary so that we can recognize our unity with all things and ultimately with unconditional love, with divine light, with the divine itself. And meanwhile, as we're moving along in these life journeys, thinking of ourselves as these separate beings, we go to a lot of effort to become strong, independent, powerful, secure in ourselves in this world, right? And now I'm not saying these are bad qualities, these are good qualities to have. We want this. However, the efforts that we take to acquire them are usually developed on top of the belief of being separate, right? When we feel that we're separate, we think of ourselves as separate. We hold these fears of being weak, being dependent, being powerless, being insecure, being unsafe, right? And so we effort on top of that to correct these deeper feelings that we've taken on in our lifetime through a variety of events and things that have been said to us, and all of this stuff that forms imprints in our psyche, in the subconscious, in the energy patterning of our cellular bodies, right? And we carry fears of being alone, not enough, being unlovable. We can get pretty twisted as we then try to create love and security on top of the beliefs of being not enough, right? Because we are hardwired for survival in this world, and we're hardwired for love. So, as the song goes, we're looking for love in all the wrong places. Once we've forgotten that we truly are a manifestation and an expression of divine love embodied, then, we think we're not. So we're looking for it, right? We're looking for it. And these twisted patterns that we develop from looking for love in all the wrong places because it's sitting on top of a belief that we're not love, that we're separate. So it can show up in our relationships to ourselves, as we talked about a minute ago, our belief in ourselves, that negative self-talk that pops up sometimes that says, that, oh, gee, I don't look the way I'm supposed to look. I'm not the weight I'm supposed to be. I'm not the, that vibrant, free, loving person that I want to be. So it's our ability to accept ourselves, our ability to love ourselves, our ability to be at peace with ourselves. It shows up. This twisted patterning shows up through all of that. And it might manifest looking like emotional eating or addiction to food or alcohol or drugs or shopping or low self-esteem, believing that we can't have or do or be what it is that we want. Fill in the blank. What is that for you? It can show up in our relationships, of course, to ourselves, but also to others. If you've ever had those recurring patterns in your life, if you've had more than one relationship in your life, or even if you've been in one for a long time, you probably notice recurring patterns of the discontentment or neglect, feelings of neglect, or maybe infidelity, feelings of manipulation, or even abuse, whether you are on the giving or receiving side of that. These patterns can show up as mental illness, physical illness. So just take a minute and think, how does that show up for you in your life? How does that show up for you in your life? When we recognize on the deepest level, that cellular consciousness, that we are not separate, we are not alone. Not only are we lovable, we are an expression of love itself, the highest form of love, divine, unconditional love. Then we have no need for these twisted behaviors that play out in our lives and cause us misery. Then the foundation that these beliefs are built on crumbles, and the twists begin to unravel. This is when we know the truth of our existence. So with today's meditation, we're going to go straight to the core. We're going to skip working on those surface things, that the ways that they show up in your life. You can hold those in your consciousness if you have some that you're aware of that you want to work with. We're going to go straight to shifting the beliefs and patterns from the bottom up or the inside out. Okay, so let's get ready for the meditation. If you're not in a comfy space, take a minute and get to a comfy space. Make yourself comfortable as much as possible, but in an upright position. If you feel like you're going to fall asleep, you might want to stay awake for this. And as much as possible, free from distractions. Let's begin with breath. I'm going to go to a screen share. Uh-oh, I lost how to screen share. Hang on, here it is. I'm going to share on, if you're on the video, let's see if this works correctly. Here we go. See if this comes up. I've got several windows open here, so hopefully I'm sharing the right one. Okay. Uh-oh. Let's see. Waiting for that to show up. Let's take a moment while I'm working with this and focus on your breath. Okay, I'm not seeing that show up. It's supposed to be a Okay, well, let's just take a minute as we're working on this screen share here. And maybe that's not going to show up. All right, I apologize for that. Okay, let's just take a moment and focus on the breath. I'll stop the screen share. Sorry, here's my cat ready to go. Okay, so let's take a moment now with the meditation and focus on breath, on that comfy space. Here she is. She always shows up in time for meditation. She loves it. It's her favorite thing. All right, so let's focus on our breath. And let's just make an invocation. The name of the one most merciful, ever compassionate, is calling on that essence of divine love, that divine light, that divine beauty. And again, just focus on your breath. And just feel this essence as you call on this essence, this source of divine light, of unconditional love, of divine beauty. As you call on this essence, feel this vibration of this essence. Feel this vibration of this essence. Just come and move all around you. Just fill all of the space around you and envelop you in this vibration, this high vibration. Filling all of the space around you, becoming the air that you breathe. The air that you breathe is now infused with this high vibration of divine light, of unconditional love, of divine beauty. This is that vibration that you carry at your core. This is that life force energy. That life force energy carried this vibration when it was breathed into your physical form, when you were in the womb. And it remains a part of the core of your existence and the core of all of existence. That it is in the core of your being. It has remained intact no matter what you've taken on in this world that you have thought to be true. This is the core of your existence. So with every breath, just take a minute with your heart center. Let your heart center come to face forward. Just focus on letting your heart center face forward, face right toward this vibration, this essence of divine light, of divine love, of divine beauty. And let your heart just breathe in and out through your heart center. Just focus your breath on breathing in and out through your heart center. breathe in and out through your heart center, you're breathing in this essence of divine light, of unconditional love, of divine beauty. And let this travel with your breath deep into your heart center. Deep into your heart center. Let this travel deep into your heart center, all the way in. And with each breath, let your heart space just come to rest, come to relax. And release anything, any of those barriers that sit on top of this divine inner truth, the truth of your existence. And let all of your focus and your attention be right in this heart center. And I promise as a mantra today. And I finally got it to work on the screen. Hopefully you're seeing it by now. And this is what we're going to work with. I'll say it in case you are not seeing the screen or you don't want to open your eyes to look. That's okay. But you can repeat this after me. I am a reflection of divine light. I am a reflection of divine light in this world. I am a reflection of divine light. I am an expression of divine love. I am an expression of divine love. And after each repetition, breathe this in. Breathe that in and let the vibration touch into that knowing of truth deep in your heart, reminding you, the part of you that knows absolutely of the truth of your existence, reminding that part of you of its truth. So you bring this knowing of the truth of your existence that has possibly been dormant in your subconscious. This is the part we don't want to release from the subconscious. We want to bring it into the consciousness so that you can know it on a conscious level and live it. Live it in your daily life. I am an expression of divine love. I am an expression of divine love. And the next part is I am a manifestation of divine beauty. I'll say that a few times. I am a manifestation of divine beauty. Now, if there's any voices that are popping up that tell you anything to the contrary of this, just let them be, let them float right out, and continue breathing in this vibration into the deepest part of your heart that you can access with your breath. Let it touch into that core of divine truth, that inner truth, the inner knowing. This essence that lives at your core has nothing to do with anything that you have ever done or earned or deserved in your lifetime. This is the truth of your existence, what you were created from and made to be and still are. Nothing that you do changes it. Nothing that you do changes the core of your existence, your essence. This is the divine truth, the truth of your existence. You are made to be a reflection of divine light in this world. You are made to be an expression of divine love in this world. You are made to be a manifestation of divine beauty in this world. Let's continue with the mantra. I am a reflection of divine light. I am an expression of divine love. I am a manifestation of divine beauty. I am a reflection of divine light. I am an expression of divine love. I am a manifestation of divine beauty. Now again, turn your heart to face forward and let your heart, the front of your heart, be like a funnel that is drinking in this vibration of divine light, of unconditional love, of divine beauty. Let this be like a river that streams right through that funnel at the front of your heart center and into the core of your being. There is a core light that runs through your being, your life force, a cord that runs along the front of your spine, just to the back of your body at the front of your spine. Just let your heart center be like a funnel that just pours this vibration into the core of your being. And even let yourself really drop into your conscious body, really drop into your physical body. Come to just take a seat in this physical vehicle. Really let yourself drop in and ground. And just let yourself lean back, like your conscious body, lean back toward the back of your spine, touching into that core of your existence, your core essence. And letting this flow like a stream through that funnel at the center of your heart, touching into that core truth of your essence, all the way toward the front of your spine and the back of your body. Just let that pour in and just let your heart open and receive. Again, drawing this in with your breath. I am. You are. I'll say you are. You say I am. You are a reflection of divine light. You are an expression of divine love. You are a manifestation of divine beauty. You are a reflection of divine light. You are an expression of divine love. You are a manifestation of divine beauty. You are a reflection of divine light. You are an expression of divine unconditional love. You are a manifestation of divine beauty. Repeat after me. I am a reflection of divine light. I am an expression of divine love. I am a manifestation of divine beauty. I want to invite every one of your cells, all of the consciousness in your body, to open and turn to face this vibration as it's moving through your body. You invite the consciousness of every cell to turn toward this vibration and to open and to receive this knowing, this energy, this vibration, this knowing into the consciousness of every cell of your being. Inviting every cell of your being to drink that in, to release anything that's counter to this knowing, to drink in this truth. Inviting this to anchor into the conscious and subconscious knowing of your being. Take a deep breath. And again, let this move all the way through your being to every cell, anchoring in to all of your physical existence and anchoring you into the earth. This is not a meditation that you do and then come back from. This is one that you take in a transformational vibration that resonates with the core of your existence, the truth of who you are. So you take it in as a knowing, and it stays with you from this moment forward. It's not to say you won't get distracted at times, but the more you do this, the stronger this knowing becomes, the more aligned you live with this knowing of this vibration. And this becomes more of your operating consciousness and those voices of the lies, then they just crumble. They go away. They become the exception, not the rule. This is the truth of your existence. You are a reflection of divine light, an expression of divine love, and a manifestation of divine beauty. So let's take a moment for gratitude. Gratitude, sincere gratitude from your heart for the one and only one pre-existent being that expresses itself through your drop of this ocean. We live in an ocean of divine light, divine love, divine beauty, and we are reflecting, expressing, and manifesting these qualities in our beings. So just calling on the one with gratitude. Help us to be the clean mirrors, to reflect your light, to be the clean vessels, to express your love and manifest your beauty in this world. Use us to spread your peace in this world. You can add your own personal prayer and intention here. Okay, we'll take a few more breaths. I want to thank you for joining us today. And I invite you to be fully conscious in this state of this with this vibration. As you move forward in your world today, remember your truth. And remember the truth of everything that you see around you. Allow yourself to be that clean mirror and that pure vessel to bring the light, the love, the beauty, and the peace into this world. I hope that you'll join us in the Community for Conscious Living Facebook group. If you're on the page watching the video, there's a link below to the Facebook group. If you're not a member of it yet, join us there for further discussion, conversations about personal transformation and universal harmony, what we're dedicated to here. And if you like what you have heard and experienced here today, please share it. I'm offering this as a free gift. There's no opt-in, nothing you have to sign up for. You're welcome to become a member of that Facebook group, and let's continue the conversation. This is a very, this is our second meeting here. I'm really hoping that this community will develop and will form, and where we can really actually get more into the activeness of carrying this peace in the world. There's a state of beingness and there is an activeness, and they both need to happen together in order for us to really realize peace in this world in the way that, that we really want to see us all living in harmony. So the more that we can bring together, the better. And so please invite your friends, share the video, share the audio that will be available for download as soon as this is over. And mark your calendar for next Sunday. Please join us again. And if you haven't gotten your copy of the 10 Foundational Principles of Spiritual Healing, that's available through the website. So you'll go to joyfullylivingwellness.com/the-community. or joyfullylivingwellness.com and just click on the tab up at the top that says the community, and you'll see down at the bottom of the page you do sign up for that to get the link for that PDF. It's just a one-page PDF you can post on your wall, your mirror, wherever, to remind you of the 10 foundational principles of spiritual healing, the truth of who we are, our existence, our connection, and all that we're here to do and to be. So I also invite you to return to this replay throughout the week. Work with the meditation. Let it become as much as possible. There's so much in the world that distracts us from the truth of who we are. So the more we can do to return to that truth and return and return and return and return, the more it anchors into our consciousness, and the more we just live it without efforting, right? Without making the effort to do it, it just becomes a state of being. And that's what we want. We want to be the peace and the harmony that we wish to see in the world. So with that, I thank you very much. Have a wonderful week. Thank you for joining, and hopefully we'll see you next week. And meanwhile, in the Facebook group. Thanks a bunch.